Okay, guys. Let's discuss the psychology of trolling. So, what do I mean by trolling? Well, there's two kind of different varieties of it. One is the kind of clever trolling, I'm going to call it. And the other is a psychological device that people use so they don't feel bad when they're losing, or when they feel powerless in this game. So, what exactly do I mean by that? Well, some trolling is pre-planned, or it's just, fun. It doesn't really interfere with the game. It's just something that people do to make it more interesting, put a little bit of a laugh into things. And sometimes trolling is people start out playing at their best, they want to do it, and then it looks like they're going to lose. So they come up with an excuse, some reason to say, I don't really care, you can't beat me, because I'm not even really trying. So let's look into it. What is something that I would consider legitimate good trolling, clever trolling? Well, something along the lines of people doing things with /taunt, /dance. The people who can spam those things and get away with it, yeah, sometimes funny. Usually not so much, but sometimes people do some pretty funny stuff. If you stutter Darius's dance, for instance, where he balances the axe on his chin, yeah, you can get some weird stuff out of it. Really playing with heavy baiting techniques can also be almost trolling. You have the character who almost dies, goes out to their team, and Blitzcrank's excellent in this. If you look up the videos for it, there's people who get good at it, and it's hilarious, They get someone to chase this Blitzcrank who looks like an idiot, who then flashes back to his turret, grabs him into it, and it's funny, it's trolling. It's not the most legitimate strategy, but you know what? It's actually kind of an interesting thing to do. Like when you start out on the summoner platform and put a wall in front of everyone as a Nivea, that's funny. It doesn't really get in the way, it just bothers people. And so that, is what I consider clever trolling. Is it really that clever? Well, not always that much, but it's, not just a psychological device. So when I get to bad trolling, what exactly do I mean there? Well, this is when you've started the game and there's a certain point that you think either I'm not going to win or I don't have enough control, and that is where you stuff Jarvan. No, but that's where you come up with an excuse. So, I don't care is a big one. Well, we're not going to win. Why are you doing this? Why are you dancing on Baron? Oh, I don't care, It doesn't really matter to me. But it started out mattering to you. You were doing really well before. No. Or my team did too poorly. I was doing good, but you guys just suck so much. I can't carry you. So I'm just gonna, doesn't matter to me. It's not me losing, it's you guys losing. It's another way to defer the blame. Another one, pretty popular one, would be, I'm not really trying. Oh, LOL, it's just a normal, or LOL, it's just, it's different for other people, but this game doesn't really matter to me. I wasn't ever really trying. If I was trying, you guys would totally lose. These are all the kind of caveats, and I understand, they're to protect people's feelings. I can understand why some people would resort to them. But it just seems like such a waste, Why can't you just say, well, I'm going to lose, but I'm going to, still keep playing the game. And sometimes you'll end up winning. I'm not going to say that that's the reason you should keep doing. Yes, a lot of times there's a low probability that you'll do it, that some people just can't stand. There's only a 10% chance you'll win at some point. But even then, you can learn a lot from losing games. There's a certain point where you're playing that even if you're losing, you can learn a lot, when it's not stacked in your favor. In fact, when it's stacked against it. So instead of, just trying to give up, I just want to play a game I can win, learn from it, It's like training increased gravity or with weights on. A lot of people, if it's not easy, they seem to want to give up. But honestly, the people who say, I'm so good, you guys are terrible, you're the reason I'm losing, if you're that good, be good enough to win even with bad teammates. Wouldn't that mean that you are an excellent player if you're somehow able to oh, what is the term? Carry those noobs. Because, I mean, honestly, you know, if you want to be the best player, yeah, sure, you can go 1v5 easy, right? So, you know, admittedly, it's a team game, and, you know, if you have a bad team, your chances are low, but you shouldn't be able to blame your team for why you have stopped trying. So, the reason I started in the middle of this game is because I don't want to shame anyone for their playing. I'm not saying anyone in this game is a bad player. I'm saying that they're bad psychologically. They can't take a lot of punishment before they give up. So you're going to see some things here that I'm going to consider bad trolling, or just, you know, trolling with no point other than to balm someone's ego after it's been stung a little bit by the fact that some people are better in this game than me, which is something that's hard to admit, but, you know, there's games that I've lost, honestly, just because the other guys are better. You know, strategically or just as individual players, they're a lot stronger than I am. And I think, honestly, a big part of MOBAs and competitive games in general is being able to admit that. So, as I said, like, I don't want to shame any of these guys because of the way they play, but I would thought that I'm going to show you guys on YouTube what a legitimate game of playing with trolls looks like. And so you can see right now, like, we're still in the trying phase. We're still in the part where, you know what, there's a chance we could do it, so they're going. They're losing a little bit of steam, and I'm not going to say the plays we made were the smartest, but, yeah. So as you can see, like, we're getting pretty beat up. The score is 4-15. No one's getting particularly fed. Fiora disconnected. And she did come back. It was actually just a temporary thing, but that was just enough to make our team give up. And the whole time, this Shaco was just, you know, so belligerent about it. You know, he started off kind of joking around, and he ended up just saying fuck you a lot, you know, bouncing around. And, I don't know. I had a bad time with him. I don't really hold it against him, but I didn't have a good time. So, looking here at Syndra, you can see, yeah, I'm not having an excellent game. Actually, Syndra versus AP Ez is usually a very good lane for Syndra, because if you push hard enough, you can basically push all the way up to his tower, let it start taking his minions, go back, get wraiths, and basically just get more experience and money. Yeah, you can see they're just being really aggressive at this point. Now, Varus is fed. Just about everyone on their team is better off. They've all got 3 or 4 kills. You know, their money considerably more than ours. As you can see, yeah, as Syndra, I've got quite a few minion kills, but other than that, this isn't really going to be much of a game for me either. Actually, I'm not saying that I played well in this game at all either. I'm not, you know, any better than the people who resorted to this psychological trolling. So, my question is, like, why is it, in MOBAs in particular, why do you think this comes up so much, you know? Well, oh, it doesn't matter, I'm just doing this for fun. Because it does come into other games sometime, but the MOBA as a genre really seems to have... And I've felt this, you know, like, oh, it doesn't matter, I'll just, oh, fuck it, I give up. I'm not really doing it. I've said that to myself before, so I understand where it comes from. It's just, I think, really easy for people to forget, you know, that they're even doing it. Ooh, so, yeah, Shaco sending his clone there, pretty good idea. I'm going to have to waste Flash there to get away from him. And I'm going to run out of escapes pretty soon. Oh my god, Twitch gets away with a little bit of health. So, yeah, like, our hopes are not high. It's only 16 minutes into the game, though. And you could say, like, oh, well, if they have that much of a lead at 16 minutes, like, then it's hopeless. Well, honestly, Syndra's a pretty good late-game character. Her farming's amazing. You're going to get to late game even if you're denied kills. So, I was, you know, I was legitimately playing even at this point. And our team kind of fell apart. You can see they came mid for a while just to maybe try to push it, maybe try to get kills, I'm not sure. But at this point, yeah, they're just kind of abandoning any previous strategy that we had in this. And I tried, you know, usually when something happens in the game, I say, well, it's my bad, you know, don't worry about it, even if it happens on the other side of the map. You know, you could say that I'm joking when I say it, but usually I mean it, you know, oh, it's my bad, don't worry, like, I'm not going to care if things go wrong, just keep trying. Because a lot of people, like, if they're calm when they're playing this game, if they're rational, if they can hang back, I love that pushback move, they play a lot better. And so I generally don't try to antagonize people. I do sometimes, you know, I say snarky comments, even I get angry. But, oh lordy. Yeah, I get caught there. Ooh, but you can see all of them here. What is my team doing? Well, dancing by Baron. So, why are they doing it at this point? That they just, don't want to play, I guess, you know? Or they want to prove that they are losing because they don't want to play. It's not that the other team is better than us. It's just that these guys aren't trying. And that's kind of the excuse they want to use. I'm not saying that's the way it really is. But if it seems like that, then, you know, you can say, I'm still a good player. And the thing is, like, you can have a bad game and still be a good player. We've seen, you know, the professional stuff. There's always a person who has a terrible game in there. It doesn't mean that they're not good. And I think a lot of people just don't want to admit defeat in this. So, yeah. Team's just standing there. They decide to run, which is interesting. Oh my god. I can't believe Twitch actually... Oh, no, he didn't. But yeah, like, that's just what they're doing. I'm just farming up at this point, you know. I don't want to 1v5 them anywhere not near a turret. If I have any chance of killing any of them or living for any amount of time, it's going to be by a turret at this point. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. So, yeah, like, I kind of hate to put these guys' name in it at all. I don't know how to blank it out, though, and honestly, I do feel that these guys should feel bad for what they did. Actually, one of these guys was my friend and invited me here. I don't know why he was on my friends list, but, you know, he just invited, like, 16 people, and so I was one of them that actually joined it. And so, at least, you know, if you're inviting people on your friends list, tell them that you're going to play a troll game, if that's your intention from the beginning. But that's the reason I don't think it is. I think this is one of those, things where their ego is a little bit stung. They felt bad that the other team was doing well. So, you know, they just had to give up. They just, had to throw the game. And I just feel like that's a bad thing. This is my PSA, and I know I'm repeating myself over and over again, but if you're going to troll, make it classy, guys. If you're going to troll, be the person who, you know, keys Annie's taunt to the same button as move. And I swear to God, I've seen someone do that before, and it was infuriating. But actually, like, it was the U-curve. It started out funny, then it got, like, really angering, and then it just got hilarious after a certain point when Annie is just spamming, beaten by a little girl, throughout the whole rest of the game. So yeah, you can see Twitch's thing. Oh, I'm just buying wards at this point. That's his excuse. Wards everywhere. And he's trying to sneak into their base. Which I guess is what they've changed the game to at this point. They're trying to sneak into the enemy base. Maybe to suicide on their turret? No, I guess just to dick around. I'm gonna see if I can get a kill here. I don't know. It's probably not. Oh, Ball's got it. I do get caught, but I took someone with me, so I'm at least proud of that. So Fiora, as you can see, she got back. She was not trolling. She is basically a saint in this game. And she's, you know, behind on levels. She goes in and actually, she does an amazing thing there. Level 10 going into a bunch of people. Above level 10, 4 of them, even after, you know, leaving the game and getting away after using her ultimate. So, clever use of it on her part. It didn't do much because they're all pretty fed, but I applaud her for it. So, yeah, the team's just wandering around. I did ask Twitch in the game, like, is the point of this to try to get into their base? And he said, like, yeah, aren't you an idiot? Like, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get all the way into their base. And it doesn't really seem like that's what it is. I can understand if there's some kind of weird meta game, like, oh, well, the point is to suicide on their turret or something, but there doesn't seem to be any rules. At this point, it just seems to be dicking around and making people waste their flashes. So, yeah, this is kind of the end of it. I kept voting no to surrender, actually. If I get stuck in games like this with people, the only kind of retaliation tool I have is actually playing the game. And, you know, I know it's a bad game. I'm not even having that much fun, but the only thing I can do is keep the other guys in it to make sure they don't either. I know that sounds terrible, but I don't know. It ruffles my jimmies, and there's really not much else I can do about it. So anyway, if you ever see these guys, I don't know. I don't want to say, like, get them, but ask them to play. Because I think they can, honestly. I don't think that they're actually that bad of players, but it's this kind of behavior that makes the game really bad known. And it's kind of like League of Legends is known for this. It's probably the trolliest game I've ever played. And honestly, I think the Tribunal is helping. I like the idea of the Tribunal system. Also, I really like that they introduced Honor recently. That seems, you know, great way, positive reinforcement to do it. Although, the only honor I ever get is Honorable Opponent, and I have all chat turned off, so I don't know why. My clicks must just seem more honorable than other people's. But anyway, tell me what you guys think about trolling. Is there such thing as okay trolling to you, or is it all bad, or vice versa? Is all trolling legitimate to you? Let me know what you think in the comments, because honestly, I think this is kind of a problem in the game. I don't see it very often nowadays. It seems to be going down, so I think the Tribunal is working. But I do still encounter it sometimes, and so I thought I'd show you guys. Anyway, that is what a game full of trolls look like when they're not classy trolls. So anyway, keep your trolling classy, and this is BlockHeart out.